I'm Steffi Yang.
And I'm Shamin Tan. Welcome back to the sixth and final episode of Nanyang Spectrum for this semester. This week's episode is filled with more flipping fun. We have martial arts acrobatics. Tricking is the name of the game as martial arts enthusiasts display aesthetic bouts of the combined disciplines of both gymnastics and martial arts.
If you're afraid of heights, brace yourselves as we take a swing to the unique fitness exercise that involves aerial silk artists contorting themselves while tethered in the air. And in Let's Talk, are you out for the Kendama challenge? This seemingly innocent looking toy requires dedication to hard work and to execute a simple trick. Industry-driven skills are one of the many reasons why NTU is a go-to place for many foreign students to study in Singapore. With a leading group of faculty members offering world-class education and research in teaching, foreign students will gain practical experiences that are applicable to the real world. Amelia Teo looks at the exchange students in NTU.
As one of the best universities in the world, Nanyang Technological University receives over 8,000 exchange students every year through the GEM Trailblazer Exchange Program. However, are these exchange students really enjoying their time in NTU? Let's listen to what they have to say.
So far, I've been in Singapore for about 2 months exactly, and it's been wonderful. I've been able to travel a lot, and I'm loving school. The professors have been great, and all the students here, the locals, have been super, super helpful and super friendly.
I think just kind of getting to know people in my hall has been really awesome. My canteen's good, so I get to eat like good food, and just kind of hanging out with people in the canteen, watching movies and stuff has been really nice.
However, one of their biggest challenges is to find accommodation. According to the GEM office, only 30% of the exchange students will get a room on campus, which means at least 5,600 exchange students will have to find accommodation off campus by themselves.
Maybe for exchange students, the biggest one is about dormitory, because dormitory is really few and we got many people, so it's really hard to get in dorm.
Problem, I guess, is most of the Swedes don't get on-campus accommodation. I hope you get this.
Most of the exchange students stay in the flats beside Jalan Bahar, and they pay approximately $400 to $800 per month for rental. However, is there a big difference between staying in halls versus staying off campus?
I think it's a big difference because, for example, in the first week when we came, I already knew 20 people just by walking around and saying hi to my neighbors and trying to solve problems like who has the cable for the internet and stuff. But my friends who were living off campus, they basically didn't know anyone, and that they had to kind of interact with people in their class.
See, I'm on an athletic team, and so that's made it very easy to get in with all the locals and make friends and things like that.
Other than accommodation, our exchange students do enjoy their times in NTU. We hope that with more new halls built in the coming years, we could accommodate more exchange students on campus and make NTU one of the best choices for exchange. This is Amelia reporting at Nanyang Technological University.
Food. I bet that is one of the many things that constantly goes through everyone's mind. And if you are Singaporean, most likely, more often than not. On today's menu is a stretch or roll piece of unleavened dough that is cooked in a variety of ways. Yes, it's noodles. Today, our reporter Ling Fei will slurp up some of the details of the best noodles in Singapore called ban mian.
Hello everyone, I'm Ling Fei from Nanyang Spectrum. Are you sick and tired of school food? Do you love noodles just as much as I do? Then join me as I bring you to some of the best noodle stalls in Singapore. Let's go. Here we are at our first stop, Block 91 Whampoa Drive. Let's go find those delicious Whampoa Drive noodles.
The China Whampoa Homemade Noodles is located at the busy Whampoa Drive Makan Place and is open 6 days a week from Tuesday to Sunday. Operating from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily, it serves great tasting noodles ranging from bee hoon kueh to homemade ban mian with prawns. We talked to the owner himself to find out more about his store.
Here I am with the uncle that runs this store every day. So uncle 你好。
你好，你好。
你们这边每天大概能卖几碗面？
几百碗这样。
然后你们这边的招牌是什么？
我们的招牌是面粉果跟幼面干的，比较多人吃。
Here I am with my very own bowl of bee hoon kueh. Let's dig in. This is Ling Fei reporting from Nanyang Spectrum. Goodbye!
Desserts are women's true best friends. A new independent dessert store has opened its doors in Singapore. And if you don't already have enough establishments to choose from, it's time to satisfy your cravings. Our reporter Steffi Young was there to taste test their offerings.
In recent years, there are many new startups blooming in Singapore. Young adults, some whom are still currently studying, are also venturing to start their own business. One of the many businesses is 7 Degrees C. Located in Icon Village, Tanjong Pagar, which are well known for cafes and restaurants. We have decided to find out what inspired the owner, Samuel Wong, a Year 2 student currently studying NTU, to open this gelato place.
Actually, I kind of think that it's a very interesting concept where in the morning, actually, we have this breakfast bar, and in the afternoon, actually, we have gelato and chocolates. So it's actually maximizes the users of the shop the entire day. Yeah, and also I think it's very interesting because actually I'm still studying myself, so I think it's also pretty interesting that we get to have this sideline where we can actually learn something through this business.
So how do you exactly balance your school and work?
Okay, actually, I'm actually quite fortunate to have my aunt to help me at times. Because my aunt is actually not working now, so whenever she's free, she will actually help me. And I'm so fortunate to have a good staff to be able to help me with most of the operations here. So basically, I just do the work behind the scenes, like the admin job, administrative stuff, as well as the marketing and promoting of the gelatos and chocolates as well.
So what's so special about your gelato?
There's a common misconception that between gelato and ice cream. So gelato is actually different from ice cream, although it's actually the Italian word for ice cream. But for gelato wise, it is actually churned at a higher speed. So there is actually less air pockets inside as compared to ice cream. So the taste will actually be smoother and richer. And also because gelato we uses milk instead of cream, so it is actually generally healthier because there's actually less fat contents inside.
Popular flavors for gelato will be the dark chocolate with a bit of brandy inside. Yeah, and also the banana walnut, especially for customers who love bananas. Yeah.
And this is Steffi Yang reporting from Icon Village, Tanjong Pagar.
The limit of your language means the limit to your world. Singapore is seeing an influx of new faces from various parts of the world, calling this island home. Not everyone who migrates to Singapore speaks the lingua franca, and this makes communication restricted between the locals and the foreigners. But one history major student from NTU is making a difference. He's bridging the gap between the Tamil Indian community and Singapore's many cultures by translating various books to Tamil. Let's Talk is up next.
According to the NTU Minor in Entrepreneurship program, entrepreneurship is more than just about starting a new business. It's about adopting a mindset. Our guest, 26-year-old Vera Money, third-year student in NTU, has taken the opportunity to not only start a business, but also as a way to help out with the Indian community. Part of Vera Money's business is to recruit translators to translate books for the Indian population who may need them. Hi Vera Money, thanks for joining us today.
Hello, it's
so
my pleasure.
Can you tell me a bit about your current business adventure?
All right, basically I operate a bookshop and I also sorry, I just lose my flow thought. Just can go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I operate a bookshop and I create languages books like how to speak Malay, English, Chinese, and these are things that are in demand with the local Indian community, and also like theoretical books like basic driving theory books and everything. So basically it's a bookshop, and within the bookshop I kind of create like backward integration. Like I create the resources that's being sold in the shop itself.
Amazing.
Yep.
And how long have you been doing this for?
Okay, the business I got into it in 2009, about 6 years.
Okay.
From 2009. Yep.
Right, and was that from scratch or?
Okay, this business actually basically I got it from another person. This business has been in existence about 48 years, for more than 48 years.
Okay.
And this person, once he left the business, I took over from him.
Okay.
Yep. And this publication series is something that I integrated on my own because there was a kind of a niche demand for this market to speak the local languages and basically two-way translation, like those who want to speak local languages and those who came from India, the lower skilled workers who don't know English but want to learn something in Tamil, like let's say the basic theory, driving books.
Right.
Yep.
And have you got any other business ventures on the horizon?
Okay, basically these are two publications, and bookshop is the one that I'm currently running. But I do have plans to expand in future.
Expand the bookshop? As in like open more?
Not really expand, but within the bookshop itself, but going into other businesses like leasing spaces and renting it out, something like this.
Okay.
Yep.
Got a new Donald Trump on our hands. Yeah. Cool. And what are your plans after graduation? You're in third year now, so you've got one more year.
Yep, correct.
And then after graduation, what do you reckon?
I would say that I would go back to business. I would go back to continuing the business. I'm mostly into this business, and I don't think I would venture out anywhere else except for this. But it depends on really what possibilities this business is going to provide me with.
Can you tell us what inspired you to get into business?
What inspiration? Basically, before National Service itself, I was in Millennium Institute. It's a 3-year A-level institute in Singapore, and I learned business subjects there, economics, management of business, and that school was very motivating about enterprising, entrepreneurial skills and everything. One particular event that I would like to share with you is about this entrepreneur who came over to our school to give a talk, the Yoke entrepreneur. He's the founder of Yoke, and what he did was to teach us the essence skills of entrepreneurship. He came to the class, and not class per se, but auditorium, a large auditorium with many students. He came and flapped a $10 note. And he said he was willing to exchange that $10 note for $1.95. When he said that, not many of us got what he was trying to say.
Too good to be true.
Yep, too good to be true. Everybody was wondering whether it's true or whatsoever. Those few students who got it, they were trying to find their way to get at $1.95 exactly. He didn't want anything more or less, just exactly $1.95. And then those who got the money, there's one guy who got the money. He took the money and walked down the auditorium very slowly. It was only one guy who was right at the back. He didn't have that money. He was sitting next to me actually. He didn't have the money. He was trying to borrow quickly from his friends, and gathering 10 cents, 20 cents, 5 cents and everything. Once he gathered everything, he took the money, rushed down all the way, and gave that $1.95 and took the $10.
Beat the crowds.
Yep. So this actually has a lot of business lessons here. That business opportunity of converting that $1.95 to $10 was open to everyone at the auditorium. Just like how businesses is. The opportunities are just everywhere for everyone. But not many of you, as you say, believe it because it's too good to be true or whatsoever thinking. But those who realize it, they have the capital, that $1.95 to invest, but they are very slow in investing in getting into the business. So they walk down, they take their own time to by the time someone else rushes and get into the business. Those who couldn't get the money itself at that moment, they try to pull and borrow from others to get that $1.95. And it's only those who make the right decision at the right time, right capital, right sequence, gets that profit of that $10. So it taught me a lot of lessons in that particular day itself.
Risk, capital, speed.
Yep, correct.
Beautiful. Well, thanks for coming in, Vera Money. And back to you guys.
When you think of high-flying and acrobatic feats, you'll probably think of Cirque du Soleil, and it's no wonder why. Aerial silk, like the acrobatic performances performed by the famous troupe, requires a lot of strength, power, and most importantly, courage. Being tethered to a cloth while performing various stunts can be daunting for average person. Our fearless reporter Jalissa swings by with the studio with more.
Aerial silk is not just a gymnastic movement art, but a dance form and theatrical expression. Artists climb, twist, spin, drop, and contort themselves on this silky curtain sheets that wraps around Ariel's body. It takes great courage to be suspended in air with just pieces of fabric.
That was beautiful. Let's find out more from our course instructor from Grove Dance School.
I understand that you have been practicing for like 4 years and only have began teaching 3 years ago. So was the journey to teaching tough, especially when you only took 1 year to learn how to teach?
Yeah, actually it was quite tough, but it was very enjoyable as well because I have to push myself, try to be able to catch up so that I can be able to do a good job when I teach the students and everything.
So is it easy for a beginner to pick up this sport, or is it really tough and you need to have like dance background before you could pick it up?
No, actually. Okay, some of the students have been with us since for almost 2 years because they started aerial, hoop, and then silk, etc. So same thing, they had no background or anything. So everyone has to start somewhere, correct? So we will start from usually the beginner classes. That's when you start to build up. So don't worry, you won't be required to start climbing and go into funny positions.
Do you think this is an easy sport to pick up as compared to, let's say, your cheerleading, wushu, and so on?
Definitely not. It's definitely not easy. But that's the fun part. That's why it's challenging. That's why it's fun.
What is it about aerial dance that actually sparks your interest, like compared to other dances or sports?
I think it's not very difficult, and for someone as inflexible as me, it is still okay. And it is actually a very good form of exercise because we sweat a lot every lesson.
Aerial Silk is a highly intense fitness program. Looking forward to burn off your calories from New Year? Certainly, this is a new sport that you could try out. For more information, please visit www.grove.com.sg. This is Jalissa reporting for Nanyang Spectrum. While some people find grace suspended by silk cloth, others find their adrenaline rush by jumping, flipping, and twisting into what looks like something straight out of a Jackie Chan movie. A new craze called tricking is sweeping over martial arts enthusiasts by storm. Our reporter Terence slips in his way into this scene.
Every Thursday nights, a group of young friends meet up in Nanyang Polytechnic. They are among a small community of young Singaporeans who have a unique talent.
I'm here at Nanyang Polytechnic about to meet a group of really talented individuals. Let's go and find out exactly what is it that they do.
We are a group of friends who do different types of martial arts like taekwondo, wushu, and capoeira. And with this martial art foundation, we do stunts and acrobatics. This is called tricking. Tricking can be described as aesthetic blends of kicks, flips, and twists.
Wow, those were some amazing stunts. These people must require a high degree of fitness. Tricking certainly requires a lot of time to achieve this level of proficiency.
Most of us have been tricking for many years now, and we love what we do because it's always exciting to learn new moves and tricks. So this is why we continue doing so. And of course, there's a certain degree of risks involved, so we try to emphasize on our safety so we don't get injured.
A number of us are producing amateur films, and we have a YouTube channel called JKHH Films. For me personally, it's being inspired by Jackie Chan, and we actually do our own action sequences and stunts. I think that Singapore has a great potential for making good martial art films.
I think tricking is not so much about physical aspect, but more of mental aspect, where we overcome our fears and push ourselves further than we thought we could.
It has certainly been an eye-opener watching these people perform their death-defying flips and killer kicks. I certainly hope to see them in an action movie someday. You know, just watching all this tricking has made me really pumped up. Maybe I just have that flair for tricking. This is Terence from Nanyang Spectrum, signing off.
If aerial silk and taekwondo is not up your alley, there are still many other cool things to do where you can show off with minimal physical effort. Kendama is a Japanese toy that you may have seen around but do not know what to do with. It looks simple at first, but it is definitely not easy. Lauren tries her hand at the kendama.
You may think that this is some toy that small children play with. How hard is it to swing the ball around and land it on the cup? If you're as confused as I am and wonder what kind of things you can actually do with this wooden toy, then let's watch one of the experts at work. Hi Jonathan, so can you tell me, this is a Japanese toy, how did you become interested in the kendama?
Oh, there's a funny story about that actually. So I'm really close friends with one of the YouTubers in Singapore, and he and his YouTube community decided to like try this sport out, and then they brought in a few from the States, and so I went to his house, I tried it, and I got really addicted, and it's like, okay, time to get my own.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you say addicted, is this still like a hobby thing, or are you doing it, like, is there a professional side of this?
For me, it's a hobby, but there is a professional scene around the world. In Japan, in Europe, and in the States, they do have competitions. They do have world championships.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what are what's the, I guess, the rules, or what do you do to become a kendama champion?
Well, for I think Japan, they do have a certification on like the level of a player you are. So they have like, okay, if you achieve these 11 tricks, you're at first dan, and then if you achieve the next set of tricks, you're the second dan, and then and so on. Yeah.
It's a whole sport.
It's kind of an alternative sport, I guess.
Yeah. So what sort of things, like, what sort of skills do you need to have to master the kendama?
I guess you probably need really good quads if you want to play it for a long time, because you keep bending and standing, bending and standing, bending and standing.
So lots of squats.
Playing kendama is like leg day itself, so you know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And how many tricks can you do?
Probably 10 tricks. I don't know.
All right,
let's
see one.
All right,
let's
cool.
do it.
So this is my favorite trick. I hope I land it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Nailed it.
Yes.
Can you show me how to...
Right. So every kendama player starts by learning how to place it in the big cup.
Okay.
So you're using a left-handed version, so the small cup will face you. So there is a left hand and a right hand version, because I'm left-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what you do is very simple.
Can I use it in my right hand still?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So what you need to do is you place one foot forward, and it's like just bending your knees, and as you come up, you give it a tug. Yeah, give it a small tug as you come up. Yeah, almost there.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Pretty close.
It's really hard.
Yeah, you just need to like sort of loosen the body and then control your strength. Yeah. Really close. When it comes up, you need to catch it as high as point and like cushion it down.
Cushion it down.
So you gotta look at the ball and kind of see where it is.
Oh my god. Yeah. I feel so useless.
That's right. That's why it's kind of like a leg day, because you keep trying and then...
I want to say it's because I'm not Japanese, but you're not Japanese either, so that's not much.
Actually, the Americans are the best at the sport.
Really? There you go. Oh my god.
Yeah, but play this for half an hour and your thighs will be burning.
Yeah, it's like continuous squats. I wonder if like Kim Kardashian does this. She should. All right, well, thanks for coming in, John. I'll keep working on it. Back to you guys.
The show has finally come to an end.
This last episode has certainly been filled with many tips and tricks. And if you want to catch up on today's episode or any other episode of the Nanyang Spectrum, you can log on to spectrumtv.tumblr.com for information and a webcast of our show. Join us again next semester for the next installment of the Nanyang Spectrum. It's goodbye from me, Charmaine Tan.
And me, Steffi Young. See you next time.
Goodbye.